Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. Today we're going to talk about the growth stocks list I followed. This is for the week ending January 24, 2025. So this is a spreadsheet that I have that track the growth stocks that I follow. And then this is sorted by price performance right here, this column. Then we have whether we are at the 10 or 21 day above that, and then we consider that uptrend mode. The highest date is when we whether it was when it was the last time it hit a recent high, and this document is based on the time frame December 19, so right after the Fed meeting day till now. So this is what the price performance are based on. So today we're gonna jump around a little bit as I'll show you at real time how I assess the stocks that are on my list. So for example, we have SE currently in an uptrend mode. It didn't hit a new high yet, recent high, but on Friday. So the last time it hit a high was 22nd. So that was basically Tuesday, and it is currently near breakout. So in the internet content area. Just looking at the weekly chart, you can see this stock has done really well. A Singapore-based company in the internet platform. Right now, it is building a very nice cup base. This base is roughly 14% depth, which is not much correction here. But so far, it's been trading, pretty tight in terms of the range and stuff. We do see the RS rating blue dot, which is an indicator that as the price hit new high, that it is also outperforming the S&P 500. We also see good earnings there, forecasts, as well as on the daily chart. We are seeing really tight action right here. So on Thursday, you can see it came back down a little bit on this pullback, but right away, Friday, we found some support even at the open, and then it pushed back up. So this looks like a decent pullback, very short, but very looks how do you say, kind of tight action, like I said. And this is the 10-day moving average slope. It's not really strong right now, but it could get stronger. We'll see. We are near the breakout point right here. So 119.47 is the previous high. So if we surpass that, right now we're at 117.79. So if we surpass that high, then maybe it will pick up in speed. So SC, as you can see, is ranked 125. It is not the strongest stock based on price performance, but like I said, the chart does look pretty good. Maybe we'll just give it more time. It will if it does break out, I think that's a good buy there. And also Thursday, Friday, you see the volume start to slow down quite a bit, even as it tried to retest the lows. Going to the 5-day intraday chart. So this is the 5-minute bar actually. So Thursday, this is the lows here. You can see it test many times at lows. And then here on Friday, you can see it open pretty weak and right away found support also at that's almost that similar line there. So next we have AVGO here, Broadcom. Really strong earnings guidance here, and as you can see right now, it is forming a very tight base. We came out of this tremendous long base here, and it gap up and moved quite significantly here, and then it then pulled back from there. And now it's building a nice tight base here. So here it looks like on the daily chart it is starting to break out from this downtrend line, and you can see here on Thursday we defined support, and then the selling volume is really low, and then on Friday we see the gap up as well. So we've been seeing lots of volume on the buy side and very low volume on the red bars here on the sell side. So this is look like it's setting up for a pretty good breakout here. So it is ranked 128 on my list. Again, another technology firm in the semiconductor fab list. So next we have Oracle ranked 52 in the database area. This week Trump did a briefing with press conference with Oracle as well as OpenAI and SoftBank CEO. And they're gonna do the Stargate project, and which is gonna spend billions of dollars on AI technology and infrastructure. So that really moved Oracle. So here we see this big bounce right here, and it's a pretty nice gap up here, and then so far it's been holding. Lots of volume came in, and so here's the 10-day slope that looks like this at almost 45-degree angle, and so we'll see how it holds around this. Looks like it's going sideways right now, so that's a good sign. So probably as soon as it bounce here, I think there's a good buy opportunity here. Next, we have rank 50 GE report earnings this week. It, it's in the diversified operations group. They report pretty good numbers here. On the weekly chart, you can see it broke out pretty strong right here. Relative strength is climbing to new highs. So Thursday was the gap up right here on really high volume based on the earnings, but it did reverse after that. So again, you can see the 10-day moving average, the green line is pretty it's still quite at the bottom right here. So right now it's going to take some time uh, as it catches up to the price level. So far it has pulled back a little bit more. So again, we'll see what happens as it comes closer to this 10-day moving average, whether it'll bounce before that or it might come even closer to it before it bounces. Next, we have Charles Schwab also reporting this week in the Finance Investment Banker Broker Group. So here's the weekly chart. You can see it's building a pretty nice base right now, and it's bouncing really fast. We have a really strong growth, earnings fundamental forecast there. Again, on the daily chart, we did break the downtrend line right here. This was the gap up in earnings. And look at what it does since then. It kind of moves sideways, and then on Thursday, um, it tests the low in the morning, but then it bounced all the way to the high and closed at a new recent high right here. And then Friday, look at the again another selling day, but the volume is not there. So this looks really good. So next we're looking at health stock right here. ABT ranked number 118, hit new high on Friday in the diversified medical. So here's the new earnings guidance. Looks pretty good going forward. Here's this base that it broke out this week on super high volume. So Abbott's Lab pretty much break out from this downtrend line. Here's the earnings jump right here. So unfortunately, I missed this one. It looks pretty good, and then it has followed through on Thursday as well as Friday. It does look extended from here now, because the 10-day is just right here, and the current price is right here. So it's a really big gap here. So I do expect it to come back a little bit and then see how it reacts near the 10-day moving average. So next, rank 25, we have TWLO. TWLO hit a new high after reporting preliminary results for the earnings. And so here's a nice base on the daily chart here. We had a huge uptrend right here. It has been consolidated for a while. Unfortunately, it did gap up significantly. If you're not in this stock, it's kind of hard to buy just because of how far it's from the 10-day right there. So drawing a 45-degree angle line, you can see it is super far away from that line, and I'm not sure if it will come back to it or how close it will come back to it. On the weekly chart, you can see it's like really extended right now. The earnings guidance looks pretty good going forward. So next we have Intuitive Surgical. It did report earnings. You can see on the weekly chart it did come back down after the earnings. So perhaps the guidance is not as good as one thought. And looking at the daily chart, it gap up on the preliminary earnings guide results like I think on that day, and then it gap up 7% there, and then from there it climbed for like another 3-4 days there, and then as you see after the earnings came out, it basically gapped down, and it pretty much hit my trigger point there. So I'm out of this stock at this moment, but I want to continue monitoring it to see whether this will bounce back. Right now it's just sitting at the 10-day moving average with a green line. Next we have Novartis NVO at rank 131, making still on the uptrend right now. So next we have Novartis. You can see this is a really big downtrend This week was a solid week right here on this bounce. Looking at the daily chart, you can see we make a new low right here. That's not that long ago. Friday was, I think, we lived, yeah, the Friday for this week. And then we went sideways after that. Just we're still below the 10-day right here. And then all of a sudden we saw this gap up on the news that their obesity drugs were much more effective. Again, since this is pretty big gap up, here's the 10-day moving average. So, it's possible that it will challenge that line. But if it continue to go up after, that will be a good signal. The next stock that report earnings is ALK, Alaska Airlines, ranked 191. Here's the earnings result. Looks pretty good, and this stock has climbed quite a bit on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, the last pullback was right here, and then it's been riding this 10-day moving average, and then the earnings move. It did hit new high intraday, then came back, but Friday it did find support again at the 10-day moving average. I did notice other airlines that reported didn't do so well after the earnings, like AAL and also UAL here, also didn't do that well after earnings. The next one here is HWM, 82, rank 82 in the aerospace defense. You see air is also here. This is the current weekly chart. You can see it's just broke out from this base right here, and volume did come in as well. Fundamentals look pretty strong going forward. This is a really nice cup base here. It broke out right there, um, and then it has gone follow through pretty much since then. Right now, it seems to be like not wanting to come down to the 10-day moving average, which is the green line. It seems to be going sideways. So this is very healthy. And also you can see the volume down here on the buy side. It all seems to be above average. So there's lots of accumulation happening on this stock. Next we see our OWL, rank 51 currently, hit new high on Friday in the finance investment management area. So it did break out from this nice double bottom base right here. As you can see, the forward guidance looks pretty good. It is reporting in 11 days. So here's the double bottom breakout right here. Came out on pretty high volume. You can see lots of volume lately, and it hasn't looked back since then. It has fallen through 3 days now. It is looking a little bit extended from the 10-day moving average, so I would wait to see how it reacts as the 10-day catch up on this slope right here. The next stock is ranked 56, Halo. This is in the biotech health industry. It is very volatile, as you can see in the past here. It did have a nice uptrend right here from this breakout. So right now, it has climbed back above the 50-day moving average, the red line, and so far it has been falling through each week. So since this tumble here, I don't remember the news here, but anyhow, it was able to find its footing, and then it consolidated pretty tightly as it goes sideways. Then it kind of came through this all the short-term moving averages here in 3 days. Then since then it has not given back much. You can see right here, it didn't want to touch the green line. It pulls back, but it didn't really want to come back down, and then it started to go up a little bit slightly again. It's been really holding tight as the 10-day catch up, and again we're still seeing that it's trying to hold above the 10-day. It doesn't want to come down. So far it looks like there's not much sellers. You can see the downside volume is really low. So yeah, so this is looking really good, and from a trend perspective, it has kind of came back above, and so far it's been holding up really well. Next we have rank 39 Palantir in the software enterprise and AI related. As you can see, it has really strong forecast earnings going forward. This has a huge, tremendous uptrend. This is one of the two, like APP is another one. They both have a huge run up in the last rally. This recent trend right here is it pulls back. Right now it's currently in the 5th week of the base, and it looks like it's bouncing pretty strong. On the daily chart, you can see all the blue days here, basically 8 straight up days right now. We are very close to the previous high. It did reverse on Friday. The 10-day moving average is down here, so it's a little bit extended as you can see, but we'll see how it reacts as it come back down, or it might start to bounce again on next week. So we are getting close to breaking a new high. The volume is a little bit lower than I like to see. On the downside, you can see more volume, but on the right side, there's a little bit of less volume, and then on the reversal you can see the volume also increase. So far, you know, it looks a little bit weaker than I expect, but nonetheless the pricing is showing strength right now. So we'll see how it reacts as it come back to this previous close here. Obviously, like I said, it reversed on Friday, so we'll see how it acts as it come back down to the 10-day moving average. Here we have ServiceNow, another software enterprise stock. You can see the forward earnings guidance looks pretty good. It is reporting in 3 days. On the weekly chart, you can see the bounce here. On the daily chart, you can also see it has gone up quite a bit, and then Friday was a reversal here. The volume came in lower on that reversal, so that might be a good thing. And also on the buy side, the volume also has been above average in general, so it looks pretty good. So it is coming back to the previous high, so we'll see if this will break out. So from a time perspective, this is the 7th week of the base, so that usually is a good length for it to break out. Next we have Shift 4, ranked number 79 here in the credit card payment industry. Earnings guidance look pretty strong going forward. You can see here it broke out from this base this week on really high, on new relative strength high right here, it's shown in the blue dot. So here the selling volume did subside quite a bit here on this downside here. This was the last time it pulled back, and then since then it broke this downtrend and it started to climb on the right side. It went up 3 days, pretty strong, some volume here. And then the next day we did have it broke out, but we have a reversal on a little bit higher volume. And then the next day it found its footing, as you can see right here. It didn't really come all the way back down to the 10-day, the green line. So right now it looks like the slope is pretty strong. It's like 45-degree. And then Friday, it just kind of went sideways. It didn't want to come down further. So this also looked really good. So next, let's look at a commodity gold stock here, 76 ranking, AEM and nickel eagle mine. On the weekly chart here, you can see earnings guidance pretty strong. On the It just broke out from this base here. It's a pretty long base, like probably like over 12 weeks or something. So this looks almost like a double bottom base, a second bottom didn't undercut the first one. So from here it start climbing. My first entry point was right here. It moved up, but then it quickly pulled back again to the 10-day. As it comes right here, this is my second entry point. As it bounced off the 10-day, that's where I added position right here. And then so far it's been holding again near the 10-day. Like this day, you can see it doesn't want to touch the green line again, and then it bounced again. So it looks really nice. So right now it's the new closing high, and also a nice new decent breakout. Volume has been going up on the buy side, as you can see. Besides the Thursday drop during the morning, the volume did reverse. I mean, sorry, the price did reverse and move up higher, and then the volume also was pretty good on that day. So that looks pretty good. So on accumulation side, it looks strong. Next, we have Waystar Holding. Here we can see the earnings guidance going forward are increasing. This is a new IPO stock. You can see that it has climbed significantly in the last almost year since the IPO. This is the IPO base right here. This is the second base right here broke out, and every time it even here it didn't kind of form more than 5 weeks, so it didn't. Marketsurge didn't draw the base chart information here. And then here we have another consolidation. Look at how short this consolidation is. It just I mean, you can look at all the blue volume on the bars here that are all increasing when it goes up. So on the daily chart, you can see more better in terms of the base pattern is forming here. And then we have this more recent one. This is the shortest by far. But look at again, it broke out and on high volume that day on Friday here. And this one is ranked 153 at the moment. Next we have Fix, ranked 24 in the building heating and air conditioning products. So comfort systems, strong earnings guidance going forward. You can see we have previous run here, and then recently we formed this again very tight base, very short length, but enough to form a normal pattern here. And we just broke out, and you can see again another blue dot stock that have hit new relative strength high. And on the daily chart, this is a nice formation right here. Broke the downtrend line and then start moving up right here, and it fall to in 3 days. And then after that, look at how tight as it comes near the previous high. It just traded so tight. It doesn't want to touch the green line, and then it kind of take off again. and then as it gets higher, again a little bit extended. Look at what it's doing. It just doesn't want to come back down, and you can see it's just hovering around the highs again. So this is lots of technical strength. Next we have rank 146 QFIN, a Chinese stock in the financial industry. So you can see the going forward earnings next quarter still looks pretty good. Here we have a pretty strong uptrend, and right now it formed a nice flat base right here. Pretty tight trading, you can see right here. Relative strength just hit new high as it's about to break out right here. So as you see on the daily chart, looks again very tight pattern. After this pullback to the red line, which is the 50-day moving average, it has bounced, and then we have one pullback right here, and look, the volume is not, too high here. And then the next day we found support right away, and again volume kicks in as it bounced. So this is very close to breakout zone right now. Next we have Flex, ranked number 90 in the electrical contract manufacturing area. This is a Singaporean company. You can see it has previous uptrends right here, and right now it just broke out from this nice, again another nice base here. So here you can see it more clearly. It did fail on the first breakout, so it pulled all the way back here to almost 50-day line. So we have shaken out a lot of people, and as it rebound, you can see it's very strong. It went up 6 days in a row. Then it kind of pulled back on this day. Again, look at that volume as it pulls back. It didn't increase too much at all. Then it reversed, and then on Friday we did have a slight bounce there. The 10-day slope is looking pretty strong here, almost 45-degree angle. Next we have rank 134 Spotify. You can see it make new high on Friday as well. So on the earnings side, you can see how powerful this earnings guidance going forward is. You can see this has gone through quite a significant uptrend, two major powerful uptrend right here. Right now it just pulled back recently, corrected to the 50-day line or 10-week moving average, and then it bounced from there, and it just broke out on Friday here on new relative strength high. So this is the base currently formed. It just came out on Friday here. Um, the volume, is okay. It's not high enough in the sense that I usually like to see it at least come to the average line. But the selling volume has also subsided in recent days here, so that kind of helps it moving up easier as well. The next stock we have is a Chinese stock in the leisure lodging area, ATAT, rank 179. This one has pretty strong earnings guidance going forward. It has consolidated quite a bit here for many weeks now. It tried to come out here, as you can see, it fell, and then it pulled back recently. Now it's bouncing again. So here on the daily chart, you can see the two pullbacks that happened recently. Right now it's trading really tight. I like this action right here. You see how many days it tried to break this near 25 low. It just couldn't, and then it finally bounced. And once it bounced, you can see it's holding the lows really tight as well. So this shows some signs of accumulation. And then on the volume side, this is a downtrend breakout right here on Friday. And then on the selling volume, again, you can see it has subsided significantly. So it might make it easier to move up going forward. Next, we have rank 155 Reddit in the internet content area. Moving forward, earnings guidance are pretty strong. It's improving quite good. You can see the numbers right here. This recent uptrend is one of the stars as well. It went up really strong here, and then it started to consolidate. Pretty much it went sideways. It didn't really go into a bigger correction, and then we just saw the breakout this week here. On the daily chart, you can see the action here more clearly. It found support at this level at the bottom here, 156. Then it tried to come out again. It was too soon, and it need more time to digest, and then it pulled back again. So this is a huge shakeout. After this shakeout, you can see it seems to go higher easier, broke out to new high, and then now it pulls back slightly again to the short-term 10-day moving average. And look at the volume, it starts to subside again. On Friday, again, we have another reversal. Again, the volume wasn't too high. So far the action looks really good. Next, we want to talk about WordTech, ranked number 26 here, making new highs again on Friday in the electrical power equipment group. So on the daily chart right here, we can see the earnings has been tremendous over the last many quarters. This is a huge stock that has ran a lot. Again, this is kind of AI related, supporting the electrical area. You see this breakout right here on this huge correction. Then we form another base up here but this one looks a lot more tighter and shallower. and you can see the nice breakout, new relative strength high indicated by the blue dot. On the daily chart, this was a nice breakout right here. You can see this last pullback right here. This is right here on this pullback right here. Then we start to climb on the right side. As they break out, the volume start to increase, and you can see that right here. Right now, we did have a pullback on Friday on higher volume, so I did sell out on that day just to because I did buy it lower here, so I did sell out. But I'm watching this very closely, trying to get back in. This is the 10-day moving average slope, really strong. So there's a high chance that it will test this right now, or it could just rebound coming this week. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Yeah, another stock in the electrical area, APH, rank 108, 108. Here we can see the forward earning guidance are pretty strong. It just came out with earnings and it broke out this week. So this is a nice breakout, new relative strength here, high as well. On the daily chart, the last breakout didn't really move that far. And then this one, it came back down and built another base. The rising volume on the buy side looks pretty healthy here. And then on this last reversal also came in on higher volume, which is a good thing. And this is a pretty fast breakout. It looks a little bit extended, so hence we did see a reversal on Friday here. However, the volume is not too high, so that's good. Now this is going up at yeah, pretty much 45 or more degree angle now. So let's see how it reacts as it comes near this 10-day moving average as it catches up. Next, we have rank 100 PWR, also called Quanta Services in the building heavy construction area. Going forward, earnings guidance are pretty strong. It just broke out right here. You can see the blue dot relative strength new high, and you can see this nice flat base right here. So the last big correction was right here, and then it broke out. It kind of went up this way, and then it formed another base right here. So this downtrend breakout right here looks pretty good, and then you can see the volume start to increase as it moves out on the right side. And then it got a little bit extended and it started to pull back, and then look at this pullback, volume start to subside again, and then it bounced on Friday. It found a support right there. It doesn't want to come back down to the 10-day moving average. This is now sloping at 45-degree angle. It's pretty solid. Next, we have rank 73 JLL in the real estate development area. Looking at the earnings guidance, you can see it has been climbing and continue to be positive going forward. This is a nice huge base form. Prior to that, it has a nice uptrend, and right now it is climbing the right side of the base. So here's the downtrend breakout right here, and volume was high on the breakout here. As it climbs, it followed through as well, even as it climbed above the red line, which is the 50-day moving average. And then here once again it found support right here on Thursday, and then Friday it followed through again on high volume. So lots of support on this stock. It is trying to come back to the previous high. Next we have rank number 12 BTSG in the medical output home patient care, hitting new highs. Right here you can see the improvement on the forward earning guidance, and it is also a not too old IPO. It has a nice really strong uptrend right here, and then it kind of corrected this base right here, and then it bounced really fast. Look at in a few weeks it already broke out really high here, super high volume right here, which is a good indicator when it breaks out. On the daily chart, you can see it broke out from this nice downtrend line right here. Unfortunately, I didn't take a position at that moment. This one's moved really strong right here, and then it has followed through now for like few days now. And this is the 10-day moving average. Obviously, it is looking quite extended from this level to this level. So we'll see if it kind of pull back and then have gives you another opportunity to buy in. Next, we have FUTU, ranked number 18, make new high, recent high here in the financial investment brokers area. So going forward, you see the earnings guidance are going really strong. So we did have a recent breakout from the last correction here, and then it went up very fast in 2 weeks, and then it broke back down. And this is a very ugly correction, and you can see it tried a few times here to break out or come back above on the right side of the base, but it fell. So right now it's trying here for the third time now. Obviously there's still risk because this stock has just been so volatile, and this is a Chinese-based company. As far as the downtrend line goes, I think it has broken it. It came above this right here on high volume, and you can see the next day it kind of finds support. It doesn't want to go down much, and then it bounced from there. So, and it has since followed through. Right now it does look a little bit extended, but again, this stock has proved to move really fast. So especially with all this shakeout, um, there's a lot of people who has given up right after a few times. So there could be a high chance that this could really skyrocket here. This is obviously a very fast trading stock, so beware of that. Next stock we want to look at is rank number 15, NVMI, in the electrical semiconductor equipment area. This also have really strong earnings guidance going forward. We saw this nice big correction here, and then it breaks out. It has a previous strong uptrend right here. You can see that. So right now this breakout is very strong. The volume has been rising as well. So here you can see on the daily chart this long-term downtrend line, and it broke out right here. Volume start to climb, and then on this day that it actually reversed. On the sell side, there's not much volume, and then the next few days it followed through with more volume as it moves up, and from there on it went up like 5 days in a row and then broke out. And from this breakout, it did reverse at the top here, and then the volume started to subside. It was the highest volume breakout right here with this balloon here that you see, largest volume. And then so far it's been pulling back on lower volume, and on the sell side it just not much volume coming in. So this 10-day now moving average is starting to catch up. This 50-55 degree angle right now, so very strong stock. Next we have Charles Schwab at ranking 105 in the financial investment banker broker group. Look at the forward earning guidance, very strong. It just reported this week, and you can see it form a nice cup base right now, climbing the right side really fast. So on the daily chart, you can see the downtrend line here broken. The volume came up as it start to rise on the right side, and like I said, it came up really fast here, and gap up on the earnings day right here. And then so far, you can see it's been holding really well, and then it even made intraday high there. The 10-day moving average is at this slope right now, and like I said, doesn't seem to want to come back down to that 10-day slope. So we are very close to a near breakout zone. So I expect a breakout that will be very strong here. Another stock that have been doing well, ranked 21, CLS, in the electrical contract manufacturing area. For earnings guidance, again, this has been doing so well. This earnings line is probably one of the best I've seen. It just keep going up quarter after quarter. Look at the chart of this stock. It's just really huge, strong uptake. Right now, it's moving really strong again after this recent really tight weeks here. Again, it didn't even last long enough to form a base. We are seeing earnings coming out in few days here. Volume has been mostly on the upside coming in. So here was the last big correction here. Then it went up sideways. I've been trading this stock quite a bit, and then as you can see, this is forming the nice flat base here, so tight. And then I have a couple of positions, and then I got shaken out, and then I bought back in here, and then here I took some profit as it get extended. Here's the 10-day moving average here, sloping at 45-degree angle. We see 2 days of pullback right here. Volume is subsiding, so looks okay. It hasn't come down, even close to the 10-day moving average. The volume is rising as it get accumulated, so we'll see what happens in the next, if it will bounce again. Next stock we want to highlight is rank 77, Pan, in the medical products area. Penumbra has very strong earnings guidance. You can see all this positive growth numbers. This is the earnings strength, earnings line here again going up nicely. The stock has been moving up, and then we have this recent pullback, and from there we have been bouncing on higher volume. So here we have some big shakeouts here. I got shaken out here as well. You can see there. So after that shaking out, you can see it has moved up really nicely. Unfortunately, I didn't get back in. But anyhow, here's the volume on the buy side, and then even on the reversal day, the volume did come back in to support it. So that looks good, and it's just holding tight near the high. Here's the 10-day moving average slope again at 45-degree angle. Next one to highlight 63 ranking CORT in the biotech area. Looking at the earnings forward guidance, look at how many quarters of positive growth going forward. Nice earnings trends line. This stock has been pretty doing really well. This is the recent correction here, quite deep here, but look at how fast it bounced under 2 weeks, and then now we have already hit relative strength high, new high. On the daily chart, you can see the nice breakout from downtrend line right here, and volume is okay, not too bad. We did have a pullback here. Look at what happens after the pullback. It bounced the next day. It just doesn't want to come back down to the 10-day moving average. Looks pretty healthy right now at sloping at 45-degree angle. So it's trying to break out. We'll see what happens. Friday again, slightly volume near average, but not higher than the day before. So we'll see how, if this does break out, we'll see how much it goes up. Next we have rank 142 ETN. This is in the diversified operations. You can see it make new high on Friday as well. Going to the weekly earnings guidance, look at this numbers here. They're all positive. This is another strong earnings guidance line. Look at this stock. It has previous uptrends look really strong. This is the biggest correction we have seen so far. Then we kind of break out from that, but it didn't move too much, and then it came back and forth a more tight base here. Right now, it is breaking, like coming back to the right side of the previous high on really high volume. Again, this is in the electrical power equipment group. This is a nice trend line breakout right here. In a couple of days with high volume, it was already near the previous high. And then look at the 2 days of pullback here. So the Thursday pullback, really low volume. On the Friday pull reversal, also not too high volume. So right now it's setting up as the 10-day moving average coming in at really steep angle. It's setting up to break out right here. Next stock we want to talk about is BSX, rank 88. Again, hitting new highs right now in the medical products group. The earnings guidance, this is another one that have really strong positive guidance all the way. It's been a nice strong earnings line. Look at this stock chart, just amazing. So recently we did have a nice flat base right here that was forming, and since that time it has broken out and it is climbing on strong volume. On the daily chart again, you can see this nice breakout right here. Unfortunately, I did not take position on this. It did pull back from that breakout there, and that gives you a chance. You look at the volume as it comes down, it is getting lower and lower, and then from there it reversed and it bounced. And look at the next 5 days of run here, and then we have another gap up there. And then on this last pullback, look at how tight the price action is. Despite such a huge volume of selling, it just doesn't want to go down much. Here's a 10-day slope right here. Look at how far it is between that and that. Like, it's looking really healthy. It just doesn't want to come back down. Next stock we want to look at is rank 138 Excel service in the commercial service outsourcing area. This one also have a very stable earnings growth going forward. Look at the earnings line right here. We have this nice consolidation here, and then we did break out, but we pull back right here. And then since that time, it pretty much have been on a big uptrend. From there, we formed this flat base, and as you see on the rebound side, the volume keep climbing. So this is really good, healthy sign of this stock. As we break out right here, so we have the trend line at the bottom here breaks out, and then we have the higher one here. This one was really high, huge volume. And look at this current pullback. So as it got a little bit extended, it started to pull back. And so far, it hasn't come down hard enough to hit the 10-day moving average. So we'll see how this reacts going forward. So if you watch this far, you can see there's lots of stocks setting up or just recently break out in the first or second week. So I feel like the market is showing really strong behavior in the growth stocks area. So right now, I just want to summarize by each sector and just see where the strengths are. So here's the health sector. We see lots of biomed tech in this group, obviously. And so yeah, feel free to look at your own time, like this stocks here. But we see, the ones that I bold are the ones that we did cover today. We also see medical products group also showing some strength as well. You can see right here. So next is the financial sector. Some of the stocks we didn't cover, like Citigroup in the bank's money area, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, BK, Bank, sorry, not BlackRock, BK of Bank of New York Mellon here. So we also look at investment bankers group. Robinhood still doing really well. It's quite extended right now. We talk about some of those investment management area as well. Those looks pretty good as well. EQH down there. So in the technology group, there is some stocks that are pulling back, but we're still seeing some strength as well. So yeah, so the technology group is quite big here. So feel free to cover your own, cover the rest of the stocks here. We talk a lot, some of the stocks we cover right here. So yeah, feel free to look at them. Yeah, so on the retail side, again, we don't see many hitting new highs, so a lot of them are also pulling back. Yeah, so there's some stocks we cover here. Yeah, again, feel free to go through this list. In the industrial area, I feel like we cover lots of the industrials. Again, we don't see too many hitting new highs on Friday, but we did cover a lot electrical area. Yeah, we'll see how they do. On the commodities and energy, again, similar. We don't see too many new highs here. So a lot of stocks, like I said, have kind of fallen back a little bit, like pullback mode right now. So energy definitely has pulled back. So we'll see how that goes. We're seeing gold doing better right now. Something else that I'm trying to track right now, going on a daily basis, is how those growth stocks are acting. Again, I do talk about this uptrend. How many of them are going uptrend right now versus how many are on the downtrend? So basically, the 10 and 21 day moving average is where I draw the line. You can see we did, starting Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we see the stocks that are into downtrend mode has grown significantly, like from 60 to 100. I mean, it's not. I mean, whereas the uptrend went from 255 to 209, right? So we're definitely seeing some weakness in the growth area. Now, this is not a big, you know, drop or anything from uptrend to downtrend, but still, like it is increasing. So again, it could be a normal pullback, or it could be a spell for more downside from here. So we don't know. That's why we have to manage risk all the time. As far as new highs as well, like you can see, as on Tuesday we have 173 stocks that are making new highs, but from that list now it has dwindled down to only 74. So one last thing I want to mention is that earnings season is coming out in the next few weeks. So a lot of these stocks are going to be either dropped due to the earnings maybe not meeting my fundamental criteria, and then some will actually maybe accelerate in their performance, and that could bring them up to the top of the list. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. It's going to be an exciting few weeks for earnings season, and lots of news coming out. So we'll see who's going to be the next leader going forward. If you have any stocks you want me to talk about next time, feel free to comment, and if you like my video, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.